For over 20 years, AVPRIDE has focused exclusively on promoting leadership development and engagement for the youth of Fayette County. One of the ways we do this at AVPRIDE is through the Fayette Youth Leaders PRIDE program, or FYLP. See what our FYLP students and our community leaders have to say about why we need to encourage youth voice in Fayette County.
It helps build confidence. If you're not feeling like you really are leadership material, it helps build that confidence to help you say that I can be a leader too, and I can lead this group of people.
Throughout, as we grow up, it gives us a better understanding of what our world is and what we're dealing with as we go on.
My favorite part about today was when I performed on the rope course. I was granted the opportunity to help a wonderful woman named Miss Linda cross the rope course, and I went into it very scared and nervous, but it turns out she was more nervous than I was, and I was able to help her cross the rope course, and it just made me realize how being a leader can really help someone, and I helped her through the rope course when I didn't think I had that in me, and showing that just made me feel like a real true leader.
Going through it, we had to trust each other, and we had to use a lot of teamwork, and we had to cooperate in order to achieve our goal to, get to the finish. So I liked being able to trust people I really didn't know the first time I met them, and I'm already trusting them. So I feel like it'll build great bonds and relationships.
My favorite part of the retreat today, and I think yours as well, was the high ropes course, because we learned how to work as a team, really with people that we don't know at all, because AVPRIDE is full of all different schools, programs. So it was really cool to lean on your neighbor and not know who they were, but have to trust them, because in adulthood, we're gonna have to work as a community, and I think it was a very important skill.
With people from all different backgrounds and all different schools, even races, I think it was a great opportunity to step out of our comfort zones, but also become comfortable with each other. And I think that's the purpose of AVPRIDE and what they're doing, teaching us.
I would say that youth engagement is important in Fayette County because we really have to understand that our children are our tomorrow. They are our future. And so I think investing in them today and helping them build those relationships, those leadership abilities, the skills development that they'll need to be things like our congressmen, our business leaders, our executives, our CEOs, are really critical. We have to know that today is what we're using to build tomorrow.
All the time I'm at school meetings, community meetings, talking about what youth need to be doing, and there's hardly ever a youth in the room.
Our youth voices in Fayette County is a critical piece of the equation. When you talk about listening to homeowners, when you talk about listening to business, civic groups, our youth have to be at the table. They have to be a part of that equation.
From a business perspective, it just makes a lot of sense. It's a good investment. Middle school and high school students, from a developmental perspective, their brains and their minds are wired for change. And so a little bit of investment in the lives of these students can pay huge dividends later on down the road for the future members and leaders of our community.
I am personally working with youth through the Fayette Visioning Initiative. We have terrific implementation partners and stakeholders who are at the table, and we want our youth to be there as well.
I will place students in internships that match their career interests with coursework that they've taken in businesses around our community.
Is if I'm in a meeting talking about what youth need to do, I want to make sure there's a youth in the room.
One of the things that helped us find ways to incorporate youth into our program was once we had the chance to meet some of them, we began to realize how high their capacity was. And so then we were able to change our thinking from how can we involve high school students to how can we involve an intern. And that really opened up the door to finding creative ways to invite students into our work.
And that it's not just about how we give our strengths and our skills in our own community service, but it's also our ability to grow as leaders. When we climb outside of our box and we have understanding and knowledge and we gain that connection with our youth, it will help us as leaders to grow in our roles as community leaders as well.
I believe that it's critical for our community leaders to become engaged with youth today. Things like volunteering with youth development organizations, creating engagement opportunities by getting involved in the school system, different organizations such as AVPRIDE or Bloom that really invest in our kids today. I think it's important to do that. If it's serving on a board, volunteering an event, donating funds, whatever that looks like that's right for your family, I think it's important that everyone does that now.
I don't know of any place in the state where a youth serving organization like AVPRIDE, in partnership with its community, does such significant work with the youth. Yet that's the dynamic that exists in Fayette County. AVPRIDE is very fortunate to have community leaders who are willing to share in the responsibility of engaging and developing our youth. And we can only hope that our community leaders know and understand how integral they are to the success of what we do in the lives of our young people.